So what does inheritance do for us? That is, how does inheritance benefit the process of modeling requirements? Well, if you don't have inheritance, what you would have to do every time you created a new object, you would have to recreate all of this redundant information, last name, first name, birth date, and it would be inefficient. With inheritance enables reuse, and inheritance is more efficient in terms of being able to create new objects that are simply specializations of existing objects or classes. So with inheritance, all we have to do is define a class called person that has these attributes and has this behavior or method. And then if we want to create specialized types of persons like patients and doctors, all we have to do is define the new attributes and behaviors that that specialized class can perform, like insurance carrier as an attribute for patients, medical school specialty as an attribute for doctor. The patient and the doctor automatically inherit last name, first name, and birth date. Okay, so it's better. Now, polymorphism and dynamic binding, we don't have to be too concerned about this right now. What polymorphism means is that when a message is sent to a particular object, you don't really know what's going to happen. Or said a different way, the same message that is sent to two different objects in different classes, it may evoke completely different behaviors. Okay, that's what polymorphism is. Poly, multiple forms. So if you send the same message to two objects, it might evoke different behaviors. In dynamic binding, just simply means that it is created on the fly. And here we can see polymorphism here because we send the message, create new instance, the same message to two different classes, patient and appointment, and the result is different. When you insert new instance to patient, you get last name, first name, date of birth, home address, daytime phone. But when you send insert new instance to the appointment class, you get different information comes out. Select doctor, the date of the appointment. We don't have those up here. So same message, different outcomes. That is polymorphism in dynamic binding. Okay, finally, to wrap up this discussion of the important concepts of object orientation, these are the things that you should have some sense for, at least the first four at this point. We are going to get into UML in the next video. I'll introduce UML. We won't get into specific UML diagrams yet, like the use case diagram. But classes, objects, methods, and messages, these are basic concepts of object orientation. You need to be comfortable with those. Okay? And here are some of the benefits, and this is what it leads to. Okay, same with encapsulation, information hiding, loosely coupled units. Okay, reusable objects. Okay, inheritance allows us to use classes as standard templates from which other classes can be built. It's more efficient, there's less redundancy. You can create new classes, subclasses more quickly because all you have to do is add the specialized attributes and behaviors. You get standardization and consistency, and it's easier to support exceptions. Okay, polymorphism, minimal messaging that is interpreted by the objects themselves. Well, it's simple. This simplifies things. One message, the object knows what to do when it receives the message, but different objects know something different, might know something different to do, if that makes sense. So that's where the poly comes from. You get different reactions to the same message from different objects.